Hello and welcome to Lord of the Board. My name is Sam, and today we are going to be doing an overview and guide on Asajj Ventress in the brand new Star Wars Villainous. Asajj Ventress is Count Dooku's Sith apprentice and prized pupil. Infamous for her ruthless nature, she embraces every mission that allows her to destroy any Jedi in her way. Now today we will learn how to win as Asajj Ventress by going through her cards and going through strategies for each. And by the end of this video, you will not just learn how to play Asajj Ventress, but also how to think as her as well. But before we go ahead and dive in, let me go over two new gameplay elements that are brand new to Star Wars Villainous in order to give you some context. Now, the first concept is going to be ambition. This is a second resource in the game that is going to be used for powerful abilities called ambition abilities, and it can also be used to activate actions much like activated abilities in the other Villainous games line. Now, you're going to be automatically gaining one ambition at the beginning of each of your turns, no matter which villain you play. And next we have vehicles. Now, these are going to represent iconic ships, transports, and more from the Star Wars galaxy. These cards are played to your deep space and allow a new location to be made for your villain to move to, activating actions there and also giving your villain a special ability at that location. There are also going to be vehicles in the Fate deck, and you can engage and disengage with them with your own vehicle. However, if a hero vehicle is ever left unengaged with in your deep space area of your playboard, they're going to be limiting the amount of cards that you can draw at the end of your turn. Now, before we talk about Asajj Ventress's goal to win the game, we have to discuss missions. Now, missions are a card type new to Star Wars Villainous, appearing in the villain decks of villains who have specific mission-based objectives. Each mission will list the requirements for completing it under progress and the reward you receive when you complete the mission. Each mission card also has an ambition reset at the top, which lets you use an ambition action to help you along in your mission. Now, during the game, you can actually bring out additional mission cards by taking an ambition action and paying ambition equal to the number of face-up mission cards currently in play. Now, Asajj Ventress has a total of 5 missions, and to win the game, she will need to complete a total of 3 of them. Her missions are the Rescue, Ambush, Stinky, Clone DNA, and the Witches. Now, the Rescue is going to be your easiest mission. To save Newt Gunray, you will need to defeat Ahsoka Tano and clone troopers. The Ambush is a little trickier, and it requires you to outwit Master Yoda himself and defeat 2 sets of clone troopers. Now, Stinky is the nickname given to Rada the Huttlet, Jabba the Hutt's son. In this mission, you will need to defeat Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano to ensure that they don't get to Stinky first. You'll also need to report back to Count Dooku, so he must be played in order for you to complete the mission. Clone DNA is a quick mission, but you will need either the Banshee or the Trident, which are both vehicle cards, in play. You'll also need to defeat Anakin and Obi-Wan. And the Witches is the mission closest to Ventress's home planet, Dathomir. To complete this mission, you will need to gather Mother Talzin, the Nightsisters, and Savage Opress. Lastly, you will need to play Home, which is an effect card, and once you have done all that, you will have completed the mission. Now let's go ahead and discuss Asajj Ventress's cards. Asajj Ventress has some powerful allies to back her up on her missions. As a previous Nightsister herself, she can gain ambition by calling on Nightsisters to support her. Once you have played a few Nightsisters, play Mother Talzin to add extra strength to each Nightsister card. Savage Opress, a Night Brother and direct brother to Darth Maul, is a formidable ally. When this card would be discarded from your sector, you can actually discard another ally at his location instead. So a good strategy might be to put those weaker Nightsisters at the same location as Savage Opress. Now, as Asajj Ventress's master, Count Dooku can actually help you organize your missions, putting them into a preferred order. That way they come out when you're ready for them. A very powerful ally to help you in completing your goals. But as we know, allies can sometimes only get us so far. And with that said, effects can be very, very powerful, especially the effects of Asajj Ventress. Asajj Ventress will often, in her pursuits of completing her many missions, leave behind an assassin's trail. This card is extremely good at clearing multiple clone troopers from your sector and gaining some credits for each defeated. But let's go ahead and say that you need a very particular card in your deck. You Have Nothing I Want is really powerful because you can actually guarantee draw into a vehicle, which you probably will need for a certain mission in order to complete it. And also, in general, the vehicles are very powerful, which we'll get to a little later in this video. Now, the Dark Apprentice is an ambition card that allows you to select an ally or vehicle that is not at Asajj Ventress's location. You may perform one available action at that location. You cannot use Dark Apprentice to perform fate actions, however. Sometimes Infiltration is the only way you're going to be able to clear heroes, which can be handy when your mission's targets are all at the same location. However, this card comes at a high price of ambition. The other nice benefit of Infiltration, though, is that you're actually able to move Asajj Ventress to that location, so you can use that in order to go back to a location that you went last turn, which can be really helpful. Now, when playing as Asajj Ventress, your condition cards allow you to use a lot of hand manipulation, which can really help with completing missions. Power of Sidious is an extremely powerful card that can help you draw extra cards, potentially allowing you 7 cards at the beginning of your next turn. And Tactics will allow you to draw 3 cards and then discard any 3 cards from your hand. This can be very powerful in creating an effective hand to complete your missions. Now, there are going to be 2 vehicles at Asajj Ventress's disposal. First, we've got the Banshee, which allows you to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put one into your hand, discard one, and put one on the bottom of your deck. This is all about card control, which is super important for completing missions as Asajj Ventress. And then we've got the Trident, which is more of a wild card, I would say. It allows you to put one random card from your discard pile into your hand, which honestly could be really powerful if you have a small and direct discard pile. Like, let's just say you have only Count Dooku in your discard pile. Well, you can guarantee draw him back by using this ship. So it's definitely going to help you get certain cards that you might need for those missions. Asajj Ventress will have many obstacles to face along the way, stopping her from completing her missions and slowing down her progress. Master Yoda is extremely powerful and will make Asajj Ventress reorder her deck in some way. He can actually plan the next hand that she will have and discard a card entirely. Now, when Ventress fails Count Dooku, he has something to say about it. You Have Failed Me forces Ventress to reveal her hand, and 2 of her cards will be discarded. This can be detrimental if you have cards for a very specific mission and now it is in the discard pile. Strange alliances can really tamper with Asajj Ventress's ability to complete mission cards, as most missions require a vanquish of some sort. Now, she must remove 2 allies in play to discard in order to remove strange alliances, which in turn might also slow down her progress towards certain missions. Now, my number one thing when playing as Asajj Ventress has got to be that you cannot waste time and you must be efficient. Asajj Ventress players must constantly be thinking about ways to multitask her missions and goals throughout the game. This is going to take careful studying of Asajj Ventress's mission cards. Looking over these before you actually play Asajj Ventress is going to help you immensely, knowing exactly what you need, how many of it is in each of your decks. Doing this kind of preparation will really jumpstart you in your games as Asajj Ventress. Whenever you can find out information on your mission deck, do so. This is why Count Dooku is such a helpful ally throughout your gameplay. Now, I would highly recommend always having 2 or even 3 missions available at any given time. That way you can actively be working towards multiple of them throughout your game. So don't forget that there is a capability in order to bring out more mission cards. Multitasking, being efficient, and finding really small ways to clean up your process is going to help you play Asajj Ventress better, and I'm sure you're going to win your next couple games. But my biggest tip on getting better as Asajj Ventress is going to be knowing your enemies as much as you know yourself. And so with that, you can go ahead and check out the next guide right here.